She's like, well, when you say you like me, she's not sure he knows what he's implying. She's thinking it's miscommunication because he doesn't speak teen. And he's like, I mean like this. And then he gives her a kiss. Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome back to After, which is my sequel to the Shipwrecked survival challenge that I did here on the channel. We're at school, as I'm sure you can tell. I've got Kano in the household. It took a little bit of doing, because getting the thumbnails for the previous part, I seem to always do this to myself. I stop recording at the point where I'm like, okay, that's a great place to pick up. And then I remember I need thumbnails, and I'm a noob. Anyway, it's fine. So I have Tilly and Kano here at the school. By the way, I just noticed a thing. It's nighttime. It's daytime. Nighttime. Daytime. The skybox in this game is weird. Now, interestingly, Tilly's been grounded, and apparently going to school counts. So she wants to study for school exams, which seems very unlikely. The principal is pregnant. You married a townie, May? Knox Adkins. Do you think that's Knox Greenberg? So she's pregnant. There you go. The tea is spilled. Oh, gross. By the way, Wolfgang is here. He's super loving being at school today. So he, right out of the gate, is seeing Kano, who's having a little bit of a giggle. I think Tilly's probably kind of pleased, but also surprised that Kano's still here. Like, he still keeps coming to school. Oh, gross. This is going to be a lot of vomiting in this episode, I think. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. So Wolfgang's like, my parents said I should call in sick, but I only came to school to find out what you did to me, you freak. And Kano's like, well, it'll wear off. You know, give it a few hours. I'm sure you'll be fine. You know, have you considered going for a jog to clear your mind, or having a shower to wash the green off? And he's like, I had a shower. Oh, they despise each other. She's in desperate need of fun, which is unsurprising. She's got a bit of a headache. Maybe she felt queasy from Wolfgang and had to run away. And I'm going to have him follow her. What does he want to do? Figure out differences with other Sims from fear of being judged. I can actually see this one for Kano because he does very much... He doesn't want to, but he does actually care. The whole reason he fixated so heavily on Matilda was because he felt like she accepted him for who he was. He's like, oh, Tilly, it's you. Everyone's being mean to Wolfgang. This is actually pretty funny. This moodlet that he's got, the spell, only lasts for a few hours. I actually had to reapply it because I needed the thumbnail and it had already worn off. So I had Kano recast the spell on him. So it should wear off sometime during the school day. But of course, he doesn't know that. For your guys' awareness, I haven't bought the Horse Ranch pack yet. I have downloaded the Mega Patch. I had to actually clear up hard drive space because I've got my computer has two different hard drives and The Sims is on the main hard drive, which is the faster one, which is why I have it there. It's also the smaller one. So I had to do some digital contortionism to even be able to download the patch. I have enough for the next pack. I don't know if I'm going to have enough for any further packs after that. So that's a whole crisis that I need to deal with, but that's a future cast problem. Oh, thank goodness. She's... As soon as the class finishes, everyone's like, oh my god, Wolfgang, that's disgusting. Order food. She has to be stealthy because she's not at home. Get a veggie dog. Wait, did someone steal my food? Eat those. Look, I don't care what you eat. Just eat something. Is that that's my veggie wrap? You stole Alexander. That's actually good because I think he probably would want to touch base with her because he hasn't seen her in a while. And she's been hanging out with that new guy that everybody's talking about. So he's like, hey, Tilly, what's up? You haven't, you know, come over for study dates or whatever it is they used to do. I expect Alexander's a study dates kind of guy. Tilly, not so much. She probably was there to distract him. So he's getting more study done now. He also stole my veggie dog, I'm just saying. He's talking about, you know, oh, if you need more tutoring on your homework. By the way, Wolfgang just walked past and he's not green anymore. So it has worn off. Less vomiting, so that's good. And she's like, well, you know, I've been hanging out with my new friend. And he's like, so tell me about him. And where's he from? Oh, he lives in Silvani. And generally having a chat. He's actually coming in here. I think he'd probably feel quite threatened. Kano, if I recall, is actually jealous. So I'm going to have him do a rude introduction to Alexander. So Kano's coming in and he's like, you know, who are you? Kano's being a bit rude to Alexander, but I think I'm going to then have him follow Tilly. I think he's going to suggest that they swim because he knows she likes to swim and he can see that she's stressed. Now, he might not realize he's part of the cause of that stress because obviously he's being rude to her friend and picking a fight with, and she, to be fair, she doesn't super like Wolfgang, but they actually have a lot in common. So he's like, you know, why don't we, let's sneak off, let's go for a swim. Now, I don't know if the principal will automatically know where we are. I was kind of hoping with this being out of the way that she might not automatically path to here, but I guess we'll see how that goes. Looks like she's busy on the computer, probably posting a status update saying she's pregnant, so hopefully we'll be all right. So she's like, oh, I don't really feel like swimming. So he's like, you know, you're looking really cute in those swimmers, and she's obviously complimenting his appearance as well. He's realizing he wants Tilly, and he's got a little, it used to be as his priestess, you know, she had a role to fill for him. And like, I mean that in the very literal sense. He's been wanting to show that funny video for so long. So he wanted her to be his priestess, and that was it. He's starting to realize that maybe he might just want her to kind of be around, you know. All right, so she's like, look, I really have to get home. I got in so much trouble yesterday. And Kano's saying, look, oh, he learned her romantic orientation. She's like, look, I'm really frustrated that I have to go home. And he's like, do you have to? And she's saying, yes, I have to go, but, you know, I'll see you at school tomorrow. And he's giving her a hug and saying, look, I really appreciate your friendship, Tilly, and I really appreciate you. Oh, they got a sentiment. Now, she thinks he doesn't know what that means. Because if he was a regular teen, she'd probably be starting to think he was interested in her by now. She has a crush on him, and oh, Alexander, he wants to be best friends. Oh, this is tricky because she likes Alexander and they are actually good friends, but in front of Kano, she'd probably be worried. And look at Alexander's face, you guys. He's full on glaring at him. She'd probably be worried about how Kano would react. Because what I started to say was she doesn't think Kano is interested in her like that. She knows she has a crush on Kano, and she's trying very hard to be like, nothing could ever come of that. He's an actual deity and I am not. She also knows that Kano has a long history of being possessive of his quote-unquote priestesses, even though Matilda kind of was his priestess. Honestly, she prayed more to Vaya, who was the goddess of the islands, rather than Kano. So she'd be worried about that because she has all of that context. So I'm going to say no. Only because he asked in front of Kano. I'm sorry, Alexander. I feel really mean about that. I'm going to take creeped out. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it because it'll give them like negative emotions. But what we'll imagine is she's feeling regretful towards him that she didn't say yes. He, I think, legitimately would be dejected. So I'm actually going to send her home. Oh, one thing to catch you guys up on, I expanded the roofline of this building out a block. So both Kai and Tilly have bigger bedrooms. Tilly's is actually the biggest. In fact, it's probably about the same size as her parents' one. But I just figured I actually have trouble getting the cameras in here. My Sims need to have slightly bigger rooms because otherwise, if I want to have the walls up, I can't get a camera in here and then pan around for you guys. So that's why I did it, just so you know. Poor little Robin is still stuck in the tiniest room of all. So it's later in the evening, everyone's gone to bed, and Kano hasn't been able to get Tilly off his mind. So he's decided that he wants to ask her if she would come out with him. Kano's like, I'll wake Tilly up, we'll go out, we'll hang out at the carousel. He's like, Tilly, hey Tilly. Because he probably tried like throwing a rock at the window, and then, you know, she didn't wake up with that. So she was hysterical before, by the way, which really upset me. Kano, why are you here? And he's like, we never get to actually hang out at your stupid school. And she's like, it's not my stupid school, it's our stupid school. And he's like, yeah, but still, you know, we don't get to hang out and just talk and stuff when we're stuck in a class. Why don't we go hang out somewhere else for a bit? And she's like, my parents would kill me if I left the house. Why are you scratching yourself, young lady? She's sick. I don't like that at all. I guess I'll have her flirt with him. So she's feeling really stressed that she can't leave the house, and he's, let's be real, he's cute. He's very interested in her. He's showering her with attention. And she's like, look, okay, fine, we can go out just for a little bit, but I have to get dressed. So you're going to have to, like, go outside and wait. So I'll have him go down here. He's like, all right, okay, I'll go. You better not change your mind. She's like, I won't. Then I'm going to get her to change her outfit. She's going to put on something cute because it is Kano. What are her party outfits? Let's go with this one. No. Oh my God, Tilly. I'm taking that off you. I know she's in that phase at the moment, but I don't want her constantly, like, she's been pulling it out at school and everything. I don't want her. Wait, where did it go? Oh, it vanished. Oh, here it is. It's in the wall. I'm going to put it back in his room because it's actually his guitar. So she's like, look, I can't be out for long. And he's, of course, suggesting, why don't we, you know, go down to the fairground? It's right near your house. I'm not saying we go all the way to Sulani or anything. As much as I would love it if you would come there with me, I understand that you can't. So why don't we just go down, we'll ride on the Ferris wheel. Tilly, sweetie, come on. The boy of your dreams just asked you to sneak out of the house, and let's be real, you would not be opposed to this. So let's focus, okay? Gotta focus, girlfriend. I think that'd probably be part of her thinking, is this just a thing that Kano's suggesting to get me out of the house so he can kidnap me? Because Matilda did say that not that long ago. It was like the previous day in game. You know, you've got to be careful of Kano because he could kidnap you and steal you away. And maybe Tilly's wondering about that. And she's like making a joke about it. Like, oh, are you gonna kidnap me? And he's like, no, Tilly, if you come back to Mulplam with me, I want you to do it willingly. I want it to be your choice. And she's like, oh, okay, you know, and teasing him. And he's like, ha ha ha, they're so cute. And now it's awkward. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. He's like, how dare you suggest that I would kidnap you? And she's like, well, you know, Mum was worried about that for a really long time. She thought that's why you were looking for our family. And he's like, honestly, if I'm telling the truth, your mum's probably right. But, you know, talking to you has made me realise, Tilly, come back here, girl. So Tilly's saying, well, what do you want now then? If that's changed and you don't want to kidnap us anymore, why do you keep coming back? And he's like, well, honestly, at first I wasn't sure of that myself. Like, I didn't know. Like, I was like, why do I keep coming back to this cold piece of ocean? Oh, she's gotten stripy. I need to fix that real quick. I'm sorry. So Kano's saying to Tilly that he kind of doesn't know why at first he kept coming back. After he realised he was never going to convince Matilda to come back with him. At first he wanted to make Matilda come back, but then he realised what he really wanted was for Matilda to want to come back and to want to be with him. Sure, you can like compliments. Kano has a crush on Tilly. Oh, that is so cute. That actually plays right into where I was going with this. So he's saying, look, I wanted her to want to be with me and she didn't. And I feel like we've been friends for a long time now. And I feel like you actually want to be around me and want to be my friend. And she's like, I do want to be your friend, you know. But that's why I want you to act like a good friend. And now she's checking her phone, because as you do. So he's basically gonna sweep her up in his arms and say, you know, will you dance with me? You know, let's dance. And she's like, to this music? And he's like, sure, why not? You know, Tilly, I really like you. And she's like, well, yeah, you just said that. And he's like, no, no, I like you. Like, I want you to be around more. And I like seeing you smile, and I can't stop thinking about your laugh. And I like you when you're angry at me, and I like you when you're telling me off, and I like you when I feel like you really listen to me, and I like you. And she's like, what, like that? And he's like, well, I don't know what you mean by like that. Oh my god, it's 6 a.m. She's like, well, when you say you like me, she's not sure he knows what he's implying. She's thinking it's miscommunication because he doesn't speak teen. And he's like, I mean like this. And then he gives her a kiss. And then, because it's 6 a.m, where is the sky? To be fair to her, it would actually be quite hard to notice sunrise when you're surrounded by all these artificial lights, because it's already quite bright here. But she like notices the sun's coming up. So she's like, oh, I have to go home. I'm going to get in so much trouble. But Kano, and he's like, what? And she's like, I really like you too. So I'm going to have her give him a kiss. And he gave her a cute little peck, but she's going the full like make out kiss. And then I'm going to have her... Oh, she's like, the sim is trying to go back for more at this point. She's like, oh, hello. Oh no, this is May's husband. May's husband is a werewolf, and it's not Nox Greenberg. It's Nox Werewolf Face. Anyway, I'm gonna send Tilly home. Unfortunately for Tilly, Matilda's still working on her logic skill, and she's doing that via a telescope, and the family house is on the hill overlooking the fairground. But I'm actually going to leave this part here, guys. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.